Hi, everybody. Welcome. Lee Roth with the Dean King Training Institute. And I am here with two really cool gentlemen out of Canada, a father and son, Ernesto and Ernesto, although as we've fondly been calling them, Ernie and Ernesto, junior and senior. And I welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much for taking this time with us. So, first of all, introduce yourself. Tell us what part of Canada are you from?
Well, from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I'm Ernie Junior, and this is my dad, Senior.
Right.
Yeah.
So not only are they down here from Canada, these two guys drove from Calgary to Southern California to come for training. So that's dedication in itself. You know, I always talk about my 3Ds, which is drive, desire, and dedication. Well, they obviously had the drive handled. Then they've got the desire and the dedication just to be able to drive almost 2,000 miles to get here. So thank you very much. We do appreciate it. And we're really happy that you all have been here for the last 2 weeks. So tell us why or what caused you to want to learn PDR.
Well, originally we had two vehicles that were damaged by hail and written off by insurance, and then one of our close friends decided, hey, why don't you guys learn some PDR? And we could use that extra hand too as well.
Nice.
So he goes, why don't you look for a school or a place that teaches PDR? So did some Google searching, came up to here.
Nice.
A family trip.
Right. So because y'all have, there's family down in San Diego. So not only did they drive all the way down here from Calgary for the training, but they've actually been driving back and forth and commuting from San Diego every day for the last 2 weeks. So like I said, there's a lot of dedication here, and it's great. It's been a pleasure. It really has been a pleasure with working with both of you. Not to take anything away from you, Arnie, but it's been a pleasure working with you, Ernesto, because it's not very often that I have the opportunity to work with our older generation. If you don't mind me saying it that way.
Yeah, it's okay because as of now, there's a big gap between the old and the young. There's no in between.
Right. I mean, I kind of am the in between, but there's not. You're right. There's not a lot of age groups in between right now. It's very young or becoming much older.
In between, what I see is between 35 to 45. That one is the
Right.
a big problem also in the oil sands. We don't have in between like that.
Right.
We got the young fresh graduate and the old one.
Right. I know. I totally agree. And I love working with and talking to and learning from my older generation. I mean, I'm 53, but I'm the youngest of four kids. So I grew up around adults. My mother is 87 years old, almost 88. And my biological father, if he was still alive, would be like 98. You know, so I grew up around adults for years, and what you can learn from your generation is just incredible. And I wish more people younger than me would recognize that. And I'm sorry we got off of PDR a little bit, but that's one thing about the way we are here is yes, we're a PDR and an automotive reconditioning school, but life lessons that I can learn from my students and you can learn from me. And that's the reason why we tell everybody that once you're part of the Dean King family, you're always part of the Dean King family, because that's the way we act. That's the way who we are. That's genuinely the way I am and all of us here are. I've loved talking to you all this time, and you too, Ernie. I mean, because me now living in Southern California, coming from Texas, is a very different background compared to where y'all are from in Canada, and originally coming from the Philippines. There's lots of things that we can learn from each other, you know, and I respect that and I love that actually. So how did training go? How do you feel?
Well, I appreciate that much because I learned quite a lot. From I got no interest in a vehicle, I start to learn something that is new to me. Then I can fix cars, especially those dented vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it exceeded beyond my expectations. I had coming here with an open mind, zero knowledge of PDR, and it's like, wow, now I know something.
Good. I'm glad, and that's something that, and we talked about this earlier. That's always very important to me that you genuinely get at least what you were expecting in your anticipation, but always trying to be able to exceed that, because it's who we are. It's what we do, and you know, I'm glad that you're being able to become a part of this industry that you know, so many of us around here genuinely care about and love. Because like I told you, it's been good to me and my daughter and my whole family, and I've got so many friends in the industry that it's been very good to. So yeah, I'm thrilled that y'all have had a great experience. So when you get back, what do you feel like your goals are going to be? Because I know you initially thought about this just kind of like as a side gig, you know, fixing a few cars, maybe flipping a car or two, things like that. And which, by the way, guys, they actually drove his SUV down that is riddled with big Canadian hail. I mean, this is some serious stuff. We've been working on it the last couple of days, training on it, and they're, you know, doing a great job, and we've been working on it. So not only I mean, he literally brought a hail car with him to Southern California, so it was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was interesting to see it work on it in person as well.
Right.
So like getting our hands dirty and.
Oh, absolutely. Just
Perfect.
jumping in there and working on it. So that's great. Absolutely. So are you thinking about doing this as a full-time or just still as a sideline kind of, you know?
Probably, like in the future, once we
Mhm.
get more comfortable, like getting, you know, fixing the dents and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and then probably getting a few more extra courses here and there,
Nice.
and then, you know, and then start.
Yeah, because, you know, we talked about, I mean, there's so many different recons that you can add in later, and you know, windshield chip repair and bumper repair and wheel repair and headlight and all those different factors, which are just inevitable income streams for you.
Yeah.
So absolutely. So tell me something that, and I can't wait to hear yours, but Ernie, you start. Tell me something that if a new person that hasn't started yet, or someone that's thinking about coming for training, whether it's here or training somewhere else, that part of it I don't care about. Give them a piece of advice. What would you tell them?
Open mind. The stuff that you watch on YouTube, forget about it. Just keep it in your back pocket, but hands on. And the instructors, being here is the best thing to be right now, being part of here.
Good.
And the family, being like, you know, being here, everyone thinking, you know, being like, you know, just here with all the staff and students, it's almost like being a family.
Mhm.
Yeah. Even my
Good.
dad, so.
Right. Absolutely. Well, you brought family. You had it built in.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give someone that's thinking about doing it?
Well, a friend of mine was a manager of a shop.
Mhm.
Then I said, I'm going for training for PDR. And he said, oh yeah, every day they are asking us for repair on this thing, on their vehicles, but we don't know, we cannot fix it. He said, they keep on asking. Okay, just go and learn and we'll do some work with it, I said. So most likely, if we started it and we're gonna send somebody to train again and build up the business.
Gotcha.
Because every day they keep asking for this thing on their vehicles.
He only thought he was retired, is what I'm getting out of this. He's not actually going to stay retired, I think. I think he's actually going to start doing PDR full time. And if he does, and you get as good as I know you can get, there's a new beginners competition in Orlando that we're doing the first time this year at Mobile Tech Expo. I'm putting you in it next year. You'll be, not only will you be a beginner, but you'll be the oldest person to ever enter the competition. I'm sponsoring him. I'm putting it out there right now. This is going to happen. So,
All this.
this will be fun.
75 plus.
Exactly. But you'll be in the beginner competition
Yeah.
because you'll be under 2 years. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you very, very much. We greatly appreciate it. Y'all have done excellent. You know, a 2-week course. We've talked about it. Lays the foundation, and y'all really have done well in that 2 weeks since you've been here. I feel like y'all have learned a lot. Honestly, I feel like you've probably progressed a little bit beyond where I originally, you know, thought you would be. Not that I put expectations on your training, but I usually I can read somebody and see how well that I think they're going to do, and y'all have exceeded that, in my opinion. But I really greatly appreciate y'all being here. I hope you enjoyed your time as much as I think you have. Or I also hope that you enjoyed your time here as much as I enjoyed your time here, and how much all of us have. So again, thank you very much. I wish you and your entire family a very happy New Year and a very prosperous 2023 and a healthy 2023. And that goes to every one of y'all out there. I hope you've had a very, very happy holiday season. Please have a very happy and a very safe New Year. Take care. We will talk to you soon. We love you all.